Now, the governor has plans to turn the Alliant Energy Center into a facility to treat coronavirus patients. And clerks across the state are still wondering what to do about some absentee ballots as the state gets ready to release spring primary results. Plus, 2 Wisconsin counties report their first coronavirus-related deaths as the governor of Illinois encourages people to not let up just yet.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Plans are in the works to convert the Alliant Energy Center into Wisconsin's second alternative care facility to be used in case of a surge in COVID-19 cases. Madeline O'Neill explains what exactly this means. Maddie?
Well, Amanda, the Army Corps of Engineers is working with states to create these alternative care facilities. Here in Wisconsin, the governor's office is waiting for the go-ahead on an application from the Federal Emergency Management Agency to turn the Alliant Energy Center into one of these facilities. The Army Corps of Engineers is already developing the state's first alternative care facility, transforming the Exposition Center at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds in Milwaukee into a site with at least 700 beds, a potential field hospital.
We have to be ready for the worst case scenario, and hopefully that'll never come.
In case it does, the state's second alternative care facility is being planned in Dane County. The Alliant Energy Center would be used regionally for South Central Wisconsin, chosen in part because of its size and location, according to Dane County Executive Joe Parisi.
It's important that we have the backup capacity in case cases do surge so that we don't run out of medical space.
As time goes on, Parisi acknowledges it may get tougher for some to adhere to stay-at-home guidelines.
I think the fact that they're going to be seeing an alternate care facility standing up at the Alliant Energy Center kind of drives it home to us all that this is very real and we're not out of the woods yet.
That's why Parisi says social distancing practices are just as important as ever, with the ultimate goal of keeping the Alliant Energy Center empty.
We need all of our neighbors in the surrounding counties to do the same thing, not only because of the need for the hospital, but it's the right thing you do. I mean, it's literally life or death for any of us and our friends and family.
Now, it's still early in this process, waiting on FEMA's approval, but more details will be released as they become available. Now, many people are probably wondering if the Safer at Home order will end on April 24th. That was the tentative date it was set to end when this order started. I asked Parisi about that. He said he'd be surprised if things start opening up by then, and stressed how important it is that we get things right the first time.
All right. Thank you so much, Maddie. The Milwaukee Election Commission's Zoom meeting was hacked this afternoon. The goal of the meeting was to discuss missing postmarks on absentee ballots, but it had to be suspended because of the graphic images shared by the hacker. So far, no one has claimed responsibility for the hack. Meanwhile, clerks are still wondering what to do with those hundreds of absentee ballots that are arriving without postmarks. The city of Milwaukee already received more than 10,000 ballots on Election Day. As of this afternoon, more than 350 weren't postmarked. The city is choosing to count the ones received Wednesday or Thursday, but more than 100 came in on Friday and Saturday, and those are in question. Clerks are waiting on the Wisconsin Elections Commission for some guidance.
I think it leaves some question as to which ballots are to be counted, and I think it's putting all municipalities and municipal clerks in a very difficult position.
Yesterday, the commission voted 3-3 not to count absentee ballots without a postmark received after the election. Looking ahead, here's a look at the key races we are watching for results tomorrow. The Wisconsin Supreme Court race between Jill Karofsky and Daniel Kelly, the Wisconsin referendum on crime victims' rights called Marsy's Law, the presidential primary, as well as several school board seats. We'll have coverage all day starting on News 3 Now this morning. Former Vice President Joe Biden has officially won Alaska's Democratic primary. The state party announced the results early this morning. He beat down former presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders, 55.3% to 44.7%. The state's party moved their election from April 4th to April 10th and canceled all in-person voting, relying solely on vote by mail amid the pandemic. Biden is also laying out his vision on how to reopen the country after the coronavirus outbreak slows. In an op-ed in today's New York Times, Biden calls for widespread testing, continued social distancing, and broader use of the Defense Production Act to provide health care supplies. He says hospitals need to be prepared for a possible flare-up of the virus when people do go back to work. Biden says people should expect activities to gradually return, suggesting stores and workplaces open before arenas or other large venues. Parts of the South spent Easter Sunday dealing with tornadoes.
We heard the rumble and we started looking and we saw the tornado. We could tell it was going to be about a mile or so south of us, but you could hear it and we knew that it was going to be bad.
This is the scene in Mississippi tonight as dangerous storms continue to sweep across the South. They're bringing strong winds and twisters. 6 people have died. The National Weather Service says a, quote, large and destructive tornado hit Covington County. And a surreal scene for those taking refuge from the storms in Mississippi. Inside a community center serving as a shelter, people are being asked to socially distance themselves and try to stay at least 6 feet away from other families. Let's get a look at your first warned weather with Dana Fulton.
Now, there are still tornado watches in effect tonight for the southeast, Georgia and South Carolina, parts of Tennessee. For us, we're looking at rain and light snow coming through for tonight. Our Doppler track over the last 3 hours has kept most of the snow northwest of the Dells, but that's starting to transition as we have wintry mix currently just north of Madison, stretching into parts of Sauk County, Richland County. We're starting to see some light snow build into Crawford and Richland County right on the edge of that. So we do still have alert days for overnight and into Monday morning as this rain transitions over to some snow. Some light accumulation will be possible, but anything in Dane County will likely be under an inch. Temperatures will drop to about 30 for our overnight lows, and tomorrow we are expecting a very windy day and very chilly temperatures. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for your week in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. New tonight, Juneau and Jackson counties are reporting their first coronavirus-related deaths, part of 9 fatalities in the state over the past day. County health officials say the patient who passed away in Juneau County was in their 90s and hospitalized prior to their death. That comes as the statewide total of confirmed cases of COVID-19 climbs above 3,300. At least 974 patients have been hospitalized statewide. Dane County now has 339 cases and 12 deaths, while Milwaukee County still has more than half the state's total with more than 1,700 cases. Nationwide, the U.S. now tops 555,000 cases of coronavirus and 22,000 deaths. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the state is beginning to see a flattening in the number of hospitalizations and deaths, but reiterates that now is not the time to stop practicing social distancing habits.
The death toll today is lower than it has been in 6 days. I pray as we move forward that these trends continue, and if they do, it will be because of all of you adhering to our stay-at-home order.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is expressing cautious optimism in the outbreak, citing numbers from the New York metro area. Fauci says the nation might be heading in the right path, but we can't just immediately reopen in the coming weeks.
It is not going to be a light switch that we say, okay, it is now June, July, or whatever, click, the light switch goes back on. It's going to be depending where you are in the country, the nature of the outbreak that you've already experienced, and the threat of an outbreak that you may not have experienced.
White House Coronavirus Task Force Coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx said Friday that officials believe the nation may be getting close to its peak, but more data is needed to confirm the status. The CEO of one of the country's largest pork processing facilities says the country is, quote, perilously close to the edge in terms of its meat supply. Today, Smithfield in South Dakota announced it would be closing its pork processing facility until further notice. CEO Kenneth Sullivan says roughly 240 employees are sick out of the plant's 3,700. The state's governor and the mayor of Sioux Falls recommended that Smithfield suspend operations for at least 2 weeks. The Sioux Falls plant supplies nearly 130 million servings of food to Americans per week. More local news now. The city of Madison is asking people to not push buttons on crosswalks for the time being. Madison Traffic Engineering has placed signs over the crosswalk buttons in downtown. Officials say the crossings are now automated in an effort to reduce the number of people touching the button and the spread of coronavirus. Experts at Johns Hopkins University say the novel coronavirus can live on a surface for up to 48 hours. One lacrosse business has turned all its attention to helping the community. Since the middle of last month, the La Crosse Distilling Company has donated more than 500 gallons of hand sanitizer to essential businesses. That includes more than 200 gallons for the Pepin County Sheriff's Office, which will repackage and send the sanitizer to every sheriff's office in the state. The distillery hopes it can build other relationships within the region during the pandemic.
Going to continue to look for partnership opportunities like that, because it really gives us an opportunity to scale and get sanitizer out to the community at large.
You can contribute to the distillery's cause on their GoFundMe page. Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, Dana has your full First Warn forecast. Plus, area churches did their best to keep Easter traditions alive. We'll see how after the break.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
This is online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
Americans have been cutting the lawn for hundreds of years, but with TurfBot, the future of mowing is now. Our quiet, all-electric robotic mowers work around the clock to keep your lawn trimmed 24/7. That means less time spent mowing and more time spent enjoying. Equipped with LED headlights, auto-stop sensors, and anti-theft GPS devices, our mowers run safely with no supervision. Come home to a freshly mowed lawn every day for as little as $30 a week. Call today and get free installation when you sign up. TurfBot, on the cutting edge.
More than 70 years ago, we at Festival Foods began serving this proud state, building strong relationships founded on trust, compassion, and our unwavering commitment to ensuring that you and your family feel at home every time you visit Festival Foods. It's times like these that remind us that family and home are what truly matter most. So we're using this moment just to let you know that Festival Foods is here for you, because family always looks after family. Be safe, Wisconsin.
You take care of your health, and we'll take care of your car. At East Madison Toyota, shop in-store or online. Take all the steps to purchase or lease your next vehicle from the comfort of your home. East Madison Toyota makes it easy. You can even book your service appointment online. We'll perform all needed maintenance and service, then disinfect inside the vehicle. You can pay your bill online, and then your car will be ready for pickup at East Madison Toyota.
It isn't being evenly distributed.
With not enough COVID-19 tests to go around in Wisconsin, how are healthcare facilities making the call on who gets tested and who doesn't?
It's the fear of the unknown. Even these smaller towns need them.
News 3 Now investigates, Monday at 10.
A group of siblings in the Madison area are making sure their brother's birthday isn't forgotten during coronavirus social distancing.
How old are you? 62. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
The group surprised Danny, the birthday boy, with signs, presents, and even a special birthday song from Red Robin's restaurant staff.
We just figured if we could get everybody to just show up in his front yard, he'd get a kick out of it, and I'm sure he did.
Family members say Danny celebrated his last 2 birthdays at Red Robin and is a big fan of the restaurant. They also say seeing his reaction today was priceless. For many, Easter is the first holiday to be celebrated under the governor's safer at home order. Our Gabriela Becerra shares how the community isn't letting quarantine ruin the holiday.
For many, Easter Sunday is one of the holiest days of the year, and those celebrating are turning to the one thing that's been keeping everyone together from a distance.
It's really interesting because this is often one of the bigger, for many churches, the bigger Sundays in a year, and it's when you kind of get a lot of visitors and a lot of guests, and it's a strange world to be in when you don't have that.
On Easter Sunday, Pastor Brianna Alini is leading Trinity United Methodist Church in service over virtual platforms.
It's almost a normal worship service, as normal as you can be all over video.
And what's special this year is family from across the world can join in celebration.
Andy's family is going to be joining us from Africa and the United Kingdom. My parents, I think, are coming from Chippewa Falls, and my brother and sister-in-law from Portland. We've expanded the circle a little bit, which is cool.
And for those who may not be living in the same household as family members, they're really only one click away. So while this holiday might not be the same as past years, Alini says it's actually more in line with how the day was first celebrated.
It was a couple of disciples who gathered at an empty tomb. There was actually a lot of grief of the person that they'd been following, the Jesus they'd been following, had died. And in that death, they found life. They found a story of resurrection. And so for me, it's this, how do we find life around us?
Many of us can relate to that message of finding life around us during quarantine. In Madison, Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
While some churches are holding virtual Easter services, others are still physically meeting in their cars. Lakeview Church in Stoughton hosted a drive-in Easter service this morning where people are able to see and hear the sermon without breaking social distancing guidelines. Community members were able to tune into a radio station to hear the pastor and musicians. Governor Evers approved drive-in church services earlier this week. Drive-in services, not as much of an option for those in Wausau today. Here's a look at the snow causing a messy Easter for them. Let's get a look at our first warn weather with Dana Fulton. Not as much expected in our area, Dana.
Not as much for us, no, not at all. Snow to the north and those strong thunderstorms still passing through the southeast. They have tornado watches in effect for this evening. Now, we have rain for most of southern Wisconsin, but that rain is starting to transition over to a little bit of a mix north of Madison. The snow is still staying northwest of the Dells right now. They've been dealing with snow all day long for areas north of La Crosse, the Twin Cities, Eau Claire. Their snow totals are just really adding up. For us, we will see a little bit come through after midnight, but the ground's really saturated right now, so likely not going to see a lot sticking. We do have winter weather advisories for areas northwest of the Dells again, and then northwest of that. Winter storm warnings in effect overnight as the snow continues on. For most of southern Wisconsin, we do have a wind advisory that's already been issued for Monday because our wind speeds are going to climb up into the 20s for sustained wind speeds, with wind gusts getting even higher than that. It's going to be a little windy outside. Rain chances changing over to snow just after midnight. This will wrap up pretty early in the morning by 6, 7 o'clock around sunrise. All of that's out of here. And in the afternoon, we might even get a little bit of clearing. Heading into Tuesday, there's going to be a chance for some flurries in the afternoon. Otherwise, a variably cloudy sky. Not a great opportunity to see a lot of snow coming through with that flurry chance, but could see just a little bit. Snowfall totals as we get through this overnight and into Monday morning will barely add on a few tenths of an inch. Everything's staying under an inch for southern Wisconsin. You have to go north of the Dells to see a little bit more than that, and it's really not going to last much in the afternoon as temperatures will climb above freezing. It is going to be very windy outside. Our wind speeds pick up overnight. It's going to be a northwest breeze tomorrow, so colder air pulling in, and those speeds will be in the 20s. So plan ahead. Our wind chills will be a factor for tomorrow afternoon. High temperatures will be in the upper 30s, close to 40 along the state line, but it will feel several degrees colder. It'll feel like we're closer to the low 30s for afternoon highs in Madison. Those flurries will come to an end. It's just going to be unseasonably cold and a little windy outside tomorrow. So we do still have an alert day in the forecast for Monday. Variably cloudy on Tuesday and Wednesday. Still a little chilly outside. And as we get through the week, every day we're going to add just a few more degrees on. Partly sunny skies expected for the rest of the week. A really quiet pattern, actually, for the rest of the week and into the weekend. And for next Saturday and Sunday, we will finally be closer to average in the 50s, climbing back up to the mid-50s and the upper 50s. And that's where we should be for this time of year. We just have to get through a little bit of cold spell before we can get there again.
All right, preparing for that cold tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dana. There's more on News 3 Now at 10. A former Badger is blazing the trail for women in basketball. That story next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Right now, staying in touch is more important than ever. So to help you stay connected during this unprecedented time, US Cellular is waiving data overage charges. Now through May, no matter what plan you're on, you'll have the smartphone data you need and not be charged for any overages. That way, you can work from home, check the latest headlines, and stay in touch with family and friends without worrying about your bill. So even if you have to be apart, you can stay in touch. US Cellular.
We've got the power. It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
Spring is coming, and thunder is in the forecast. It's time to hit the woods, to call him in, and turn full strut into a filled tag. So before you hit the woods, gear up for the opener. Find your camo, your calls, and all your essentials at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
Hi, folks. Monday morning. If you're worried about whether your clothes could carry coronavirus, Consumer Reports is digging into it.
And we'll preview the much-awaited results from last week's election being announced on Monday. That and more starting at 4:30.
When it seems the world is changing every day, you need the latest breaking news quickly without sacrificing accuracy.
Trust News 3 Now as your local source for the latest facts to help keep you and your family safe.
News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
A former Badger women's basketball player continues to inspire and make history. Tamara Moore, who graduated from Wisconsin in 2002, has been named the new head coach of the men's basketball team at Mesabi Range College in Virginia, Minnesota, making her the only known woman to coach a men's team at any level of college basketball right now. She started every single game in her 4 years in a Badger uniform and also played in the WNBA. Moore told ESPN earlier today that she hopes to prove that a woman is equally capable of coaching a men's team as a man is. Meanwhile, the NBA WNBA horse tournament getting underway all over the country today. Players and former players are competing from their home courts and home gyms. Kind of cool to see their setups. Some of the big winners tonight. Allie Quigley, she beat Chris Paul while his son was trolling him. Zach LaVine, Trae Young, they're among the few players that will play in the semifinals this Thursday. Christian Yelich continuing to be a good human. He and fellow Brewer Ryan Braun are providing meals for healthcare workers and their families in southeast Wisconsin through 3rd Street Market Hall in Milwaukee. Earlier this week, Yelich sent this letter to the senior class at Westlake High School in California, his alma mater, after their last year of high school came to an abrupt end due to the COVID-19 outbreak. He told them to play every game as if it's your last, telling them that they are the future of this world. The virtual esports format is getting more attention during the COVID-19 outbreak since you can play while social distancing. IndyCar hosting its first virtual race this weekend in an oval track in Michigan. Dale Earnhardt Jr. made his IndyCar debut and finished 3rd, while reigning Indy 500 champ Simon Pagno won the race. Interestingly enough, IndyCar hasn't actually raced in Michigan in real life since 2007. Well, today would have been the final round at Augusta National. In case you forgot who won last year or just wanted to relive the whole thing, CBS Sports aired the Masters Rewind this afternoon, where Tiger Woods made an astonishing comeback, winning at Augusta National for the first time since 2005. His 15th overall major. Tiger himself was a part of the broadcast today, sharing his memories of winning his 5th green jacket. We'll be right back with one more look at your first warn forecast.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Over the past 89 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. Habish, Habish & Rotier.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
This is online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. As part of your community, we're here to help you during these challenging times.
Keeping your Toyota safe and reliable is important, especially right now. Many of our service centers are open. Schedule service online and drop off and pick up your vehicle with no contact. Need to replace your old vehicle? Most Toyota dealers offer online shopping and will defer your first payment for 90 days.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
Channel 3000 app today.
Smartphone users won't have any new emojis to select next year. A nonprofit group called the Unicode Consortium oversees the creation of emojis. They usually get approved in January for release in September, but the group says the coronavirus pandemic will push back the release date for next year. New emojis are still scheduled to come out later this year. A San Francisco man is offering free coffee to essential workers from a window in his kitchen. Ben Ramirez says he's been training to be a barista. He has lots of coffee making supplies at home because he wants to open his own shop. But for now, he's just putting out a free coffee sign outside, opening his window and offering a little pick-me-up to passersby.
A lot of people have actually been very thankful having just like a space to come get your coffee and talk to somebody for a second. Kind of makes it feel like they're back in their kind of routine.
To maintain social distancing, Ramirez is using his son's Gorilla Claw to hand out the coffee. I was wondering what that was in the video. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, a use for the Gorilla Claw.
But he's so right. Just like going to get your coffee, little things
say
like
hi
that.
to people.
Yes. Just finding the little things right now. Now, for the next few days, we're thankfully going to get rid of the rain and the snow coming through tonight, but it is going to be chilly outside. Tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the upper 30s. The light snow will wrap up early in the morning, and then it's going to be windy. The rest of the week will be quiet, but temperatures will stay below average for afternoon highs and overnight lows.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.